Texans have officially signed Sketch, the Lions signed MMG, the Packers signed Tom Grossi, YoBoyPizza signed with Pittsburgh, and I'm a Tennessee Titan. Today we're gonna put all 5 YouTuber turned NFL players into a challenge to determine the best NFL YouTuber. Now before I reveal the challenge, brother, Sketch is now the starting middle linebacker for the Houston Texans at an 80 overall. He's a strong boy, but definitely not the fastest. MMG's the starting kicker for the Detroit Lions at a solid 85 overall. YouTuber signs with an NFL team and is immediately the second best kicker in the entire league. Old Thomas Grossi joins a crowded wide receiver room in Green Bay, but should hold his own with a solid 80 rating. Now Pizza joins the Steelers also as a wide receiver, and even though a little bit lower at a 78 overall, he's pretty freaking fast. And I've officially replaced Will Levis with a solid 77 overall, because I can drop dimes and all, you know. Not the absolute worst of starts, you know, for a 28-year-old rookie. We're gonna be playing through 5 full seasons today, and for today's ultimate challenge, each contestant who makes the playoffs is awarded 5 points. Each playoff win a contestant earns is 10 total points. Winning any individual award will get you a massive 20 points. Getting top 5 in the league in any stat gets you 5 extra points, and leading the league in any stat gets you 10. And whoever accumulates the most total points by the end of season 5 wins. But if somebody actually wins the Super Bowl, they automatically win today's challenge. I mean, hopefully I win, but at that point everybody would just think I rigged it. Now who the heck is going to be leading this challenge at the end of season number 1? So unfortunately, neither me nor Sketch made the playoffs, and of course both Tom Grossi and MMG made the playoffs with the Packers and Lions. So officially the first point scored of the day. Now imagine either Thomas or Matthew wins the Super Bowl in season number 1 and this ends the video there. That would make for a great 4-minute vid. Now did Pizza make the playoffs in a daunting AFC North? No, he didn't. He's the only team actually in the entire division that didn't make the playoffs. Bro, they scored 258 points all season long. Not too shabby, brother. But did he come in the top 5 for any NFL stat remains to be seen. And MMG had an okay season. He did miss 3 field goals, had a long of 52, did make every single extra point though. Our guy was just a little bit too inaccurate from 50 plus yards. Pizza was actually the leading receiver for the Steelers, although that's really not saying too much. Had the most catches, the most yards, and the most touchdowns. Don't think these ratings are going to give him too many points though. Now Thomas here might have actually put up the most impressive stats of year 1. Almost had 1,000 yards in an offense that has a bunch of good receivers. Now last but not least, how did yours truly do? Wait, what are we doing? The Titans have me benched all season long. I wonder if I got hurt or something. Cause dude, I am the highest rated quarterback on the team. Well, safe to say, the other 4 contestants got a head start on yours truly. But it's okay though, we're gonna come back with a vengeance the next few seasons. That's if Tom or MMG doesn't end the video year 1. Only one has to eliminate the other in round 1. So nobody won MVP, obviously. Unfortunately, looks like nobody won an award in the AFC. Although, Sketch did get some Defensive Rookie of the Year votes. Now, to my surprise, MMG didn't get a single vote for best kicker of the NFC. I don't understand how. Now Tom's teammate got some best wide receiver votes, but he didn't get any himself. So unfortunately, no award winners this first season. So unfortunately, also looks like neither Pizza or Tom Grossi came top 5 for any stat. Neither did Sketch. Now can MMG save our contestants from a stinker here? I mean, technically he tied for first place when it comes to extra point percentage, but like, dude, look at this. Look at how many kickers made every extra point. Like, that's not even real. So I don't think this is special enough to warrant 5 extra points. Now, let's see if it's Tom or MMG that advances into the next round. Of course it was MMG. So we officially now have a sole leader in first place. And ironically, they won by a field goal. At least Tom had a good game. And Matthew did everything he was asked of. Now, let's see if the Lions actually go on a run, though. It is going to be quite tough for them to beat Madden's favorite team in the Cowboys. And they lost by 4 points. And yep, Exhibit A. So after year 1, MMG's out on top, but plenty of time for the rest to catch up. Dude, you've got to be kidding me. It's fine, we talked him out of it. Now let's see how each player's team's offseason goes. Titans made some good moves, gave me another good receiver to throw to. That's if they don't bench me next season. Now the Texans are doing some wild stuff. Didn't sign anybody though. I think that's Bill Belichick though they now have as offensive coordinator. So far, me and the Titans are the only team that's done anything. Yeah, dude, the Lions did nothing. And Tom Grossi and the Packers, I think they actually got worse. So with yours truly getting off to quite a slow start, at least we won the offseason. That's unless the NFL draft goes terribly wrong. Beefing up the O-line, not too shabby. Better than what Sketch's team did. Pizza's team had a decent draft. We're all taking O-linemen in the first round. And the trend continues for Tom's team. At least MMG's team ended the trend, although their draft was quite crap. Before season 2 starts, I just have to say, what a wide receiver core that is we have. It's officially time to get on the board. What the f? Sorry for cursing. Now the question here is whether or not Sketch actually made the playoffs. Unlucky. Me and Sketch suck so far. God, we all suck. Now how about our NFC North buddies? The Packers and Tom go 15-2. So they are a definite Super Bowl contender, but poor MMG and the Lions took a big step backwards. Tom's one playoff win away from taking sole position of first place. So in season number 2, Tom Grossi's the only team that made the playoffs. He gets a first round bye though, so this could get interesting. Like, this could end in season 2. Not if the Cowboys have anything to say about it. Maybe we all had better seasons statistically. Sketch was so close to leading his squad in total tackles. Much better season from YoBoyPizza. Almost 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Don't quite know if this is going to get him his first points of the video though. Obviously it was a good decision up to this point that Tom unretired. Did take a small step back individually though, 800 yards, but did have a career high 8 total touchdowns. Ooh, a step back from MMG2. He missed 3 field goals. He actually missed an extra point this season, had 2 field goals blocked. Although his long on the year of 56 yards might be enough for top 5 longest kick of the season. What a strange season from Matthew though. Made more field goals over 50 yards than he did under 50 yards combined. Now please tell me I at least started this season. And we did! Dude, those stats are huge! 4,600 yards, 36 touchdowns to 14 interceptions with a 71% completion percentage. Pretty freaking good. Now, I don't know about the passing touchdowns or anything, but 4,600 yards might be enough to get me on the board. And it is! Let's go! We're not in last place anymore. And to my surprise, we also finished tied for the 5th most passing touchdowns in the season. It gets me tied for 2nd place. And unfortunately, looks like nothing for poor Sketch again. And hold on a freaking second. We had Tom here have the 3rd longest reception of the season, which officially ties him for 1st place with Matthew. Sketch and Pizza so far having a stinker. MMG's 56-yard field goal wasn't quite enough, but unless something crazy happened, MMG came in the top 5 with the most 50-plus yard field goals made this season, which catapults our guy back into 1st place. And at least I got some MVP votes. Well, this time Matthew got best kicker votes. Unfortunately, looks like nobody else was quite as lucky. But if Tom can win this divisional round matchup, he'll be in sole position of 1st place. Who are they gonna have to play? Luckily for Tom, doesn't have to play the Cowboys. This playoff game could have massive implications on who wins today's challenge. Now, did the 1-seed Packers get upset by the 7-seed Rams? They barely squeaked by. But look at who they have to play in the NFC Championship. Regardless, with the playoff win, Tom's right back on top, and he had an alright game. But dude, if he wins this week, this challenge really might already be over. Can Tom and the Packers do the impossible and beat the Dallas Cowboys? Goliath has been slayed. Tom takes a massive lead, although he didn't make a single catch. But Tom's a team player, he doesn't care. And all that stands in the way from Tom already winning the challenge is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And here we have it, the moment of truth. Oh, Patrick Mahomes was too much of an obstacle. They gave up 42 points. Their defense has been playing good up to this point. Yep, dude, of course Patrick went off. And old Tom played his little freaking heart out, dude. That stings. Despite the loss, he still has a pretty comfortable lead. And this challenge challenge ain't over yet, and we don't have to force him to unretire this offseason. Now, the true beauty behind this challenge is the fact that we could make it to the 5th and final season. Sketch could have 0 points and Tom could have 1,000. Sketch win the Super Bowl in the last year and be crowned the champion. So regardless of the standings at any time, things could still come down to the wire. At least my team's still doing something in free agency. Unlike Sketch's Texans, poor guy. Okay, Pizza and the Steelers got a little bit of help this offseason. Oh my god, dude. They're like the most free agents I've ever seen signed. Fortunately for Tom, doesn't seem like the team wanted to strengthen this past offseason. And again, for poor MMG, his team didn't sign a single soul. And good news for yours truly, I am up to a superstar. Sketch is the same, but dude's up to an 84 overall, which is pretty huge. Now let's see if Sketch and Pizza can get on the board here in year number 3. And let's see if I can make some ground up, or see if Tom just takes an even bigger lead. Yes, we finally make the playoffs. Poor Sketch though, but I'm still in 3rd place. Pizza on the board! I knew those boys were scheming, signing 63 free agents. That officially puts poor Sketch in last place. And just like in season 1, both MMG and Tom Grossi make the playoffs out of the NFC North, which Tom still has a pretty healthy lead. Again, dude, I had a pretty big season. I don't think 32 touchdowns is enough this time for sure to come top 5 and get 5 extra points, but the yards might again get me some points, and it does. I was right about the passing touchdowns though. That's what I'm talking about, Sketch, brother. Leads his team for the first time in total tackles with 131, and that might be enough, some points. Pizza's still doing pizza things about the same as his other seasons. Okay, MMG went the frick off this season. Didn't miss a single field goal. Had a long of 58. Did miss 2 extra points. But dude, I have a feeling he might be getting a ton of extra points this season. Which means for Tom's sake, hopefully he had a big season, which that's not too bad. Almost 1,000 yards. You can't quite crack it apparently, but did have 5 touchdowns. Maybe he'll get lucky again this year to get a free 5er. God, poor Sketch, dude. It came right outside the top 10 in total tackles. Like, he might finish this challenge with 0 points. Doesn't matter. He'd be the winner in our hearts anyway. You know, Mickey Mouse points for Tom this year, but how about MMG? This is where our guy can make up some ground. Like, obviously he didn't make the most field goals. He's one of the 5 kickers in the league to make 100% of his field goals this season, so that'll get him an extra 5. He also was tied for the league's longest field goal this season, which puts him just 5 points behind Thomas. And since he didn't make that many field goals, that'll do it for his extra points. But with this stat line, dude, he might have very well actually won the best kicker award, which would be huge. How did I not get MVP votes this year? Now, this is actually something that makes me so happy, dude. Sketch actually got some best linebacker votes. Now, this isn't good for any extra points, but this is good for morale. Now, time to see if MMG was the first one today to actually win an award. Did he win best kicker? Dude, he got robbed. Dude, that stings. This would have easily put him in first place with an extra 20 points. Tom's happy. Now, with 4 YouTubers in this rendition of the playoffs, this is where things could get interesting. I have a feeling, dude, things are about to get so wild. We got destroyed by the Chiefs. Dude, this was such an embarrassing performance. I blame it on the receivers. MMG also got first rounded here by the Commanders. I mean, he did his job with 3 extra points made, but no Super Bowl for him this season. Ooh, now what about Pizza and the Steelers? They get the dub. Low scoring game. Weird one. Weird game for him too, but he did have a touchdown. That puts him dangerously close to passing me up for 3rd place. Now, if Tom won with the Packers, his lead on MMG will be increased just a bit, and they did get the dub. Decent game from him too. In first place, Tom officially halfway to 100 points. Now, how crazy would it be if we actually got a Packers-Steelers Super Bowl matchup, which would mean obviously the winner of that game would be the champion? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I have a feeling both of them are going to lose here in the divisional round. Pizza lost, but Tom got another win. Tom is officially starting to separate himself from the rest of the pack. But again, 0 point Sketch could still win the whole thing if he could win a Super Bowl the next 2 years. But what are the odds he can actually beat the Cowboys 2 consecutive seasons? Slim. Oh, what a comeback, and they fell just short. And what a game from Tom too. I'm telling you, this guy's playing his heart out to get a ring. Hey, at least the Cowboys didn't win. Please don't tell me Tom retired after that. He's good for at least another season. Poor Pizza's down to a normal development scrub. So is poor Tom. I'm gonna laugh so hard when Sketch ends up winning the Super Bowl, winning win the whole dang thing with 0 points. Hey, at least my Titans aren't afraid to splash some cash. Dude, it's legit not even Sketch's fault. The Texans haven't signed a single free agent in like 3 seasons. And for a second straight off-season, your boy Pizza's Steelers signing a ton of players. That's insane. Can't say the same for Tom's squad. Like, again, dude, MMG and the Lions, they haven't signed a single player into season 4 of 5, and I don't know this for a fact or anything, but I have some sort of sneaky suspicion that things are going to end here in season 4, in before a Sketch Super Bowl run. Well, I for sure won't be winning the Super Bowl this year, but I think that means Sketch made the playoffs, and they did. You know what, dude? I'm happy for him. He's officially on the board. Does suck, though, being the one team in the division not to make the playoffs. Oh no, dude, the Steelers and Pizza made it, which means we're now tied for 3rd place. Now, how about the 2 NFC North boys? The Packers and Tom make it again, but MMG and the Lions came in dead last. Honestly, what they get for not signing a free agent in 3 seasons. So Tom has another chance here to increase his lead by even more. At least I threw for a lot of yards again, which again is good for 2nd in the NFL, which brings me back into 3rd place. But Pizza can very easily pass me up with a simple playoff win. Look at Sketch being a GOAT, dude. 119 tackles leads the team. Again, though, don't think he'll be able to get some extra points from top 5 stats. So this definitely was not as good of a season as MMG had last year, so I don't know if he's going to pick up some extra points, especially because they didn't make the playoffs. No. Dude. Pizza didn't catch a single ball all year, so I think it's safe to say his disappointment is immeasurable. Oh no, not Tom too. Not Tom too. Tom didn't make a single catch. What's going on with our boys? With him being 36, he might actually retire this offseason for good, and even if he does, he'd still have a substantial lead heading into the finale. He still has a chance to add to that lead with more playoff wins, and to my complete surprise, with MMG's 92% field goal percentage, he actually just finished in 2nd, which brings his total up to 40. He was tied for 2nd with the most 40 to 49 yard field goals, which is kind of Mickey Mouse, but that does give him an extra 5 points. Oh no, dude. His team sucked, but he's the first to actually win an award, which in an absolute shocker puts him in 1st place with 65. So Tom might be screwed. What a freaking wild turn of events here. So Tom's got to win at least 1 playoff game here to regain the lead. Now let's see how wild this playoff run truly is here. And Tom gets it done. Back into 1st he goes. And unfortunately, Pizza won. And hold on a second, Sketch won too. Oh wow, dude, that gives him 15 points. That does mean one of Sketch or Pizza is gonna make it to the conference championships. Let's see here, dude. Literally so much can happen. Tom goes down to the Panthers and Sketch loses to Pizza, which gives him an extra 10 points. Watch Pizza come out of absolutely nowhere and win the Super Bowl here. To avoid going into the 5th and final season, they're gonna have to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs have beat every YouTuber they played. Oh my god. Pizza did the impossible and beat Mahomes. He's up to 50 points. He's got 30 in this playoff run alone. And if he beats the Seahawks, dude, Pizza's officially crowned the best NFL YouTuber. Let's see if Pizza can actually take advantage of this and end the challenge right here. Here we go, fellas. Are we gonna have a 5th and final season or not? They take a quick 7-0 lead. Oh no, this is gonna be a blowout. 14-0. Oh no! Come on, Seahawks. 21-0. It's gonna take a massive comeback. Seahawks, come on, score please, score please. Okay, 21-14. It's a close game. Steelers score. Oh my gosh. Steelers come back, please. Please, yes. 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 That's insane. That is insane. The Seahawks come back from 21-0 down. Pizza and the Steelers choke, which officially sends us to a 5th and final down to the wire season. Brother, that was wild. Oh, poor Pizza gave it his freaking all, too. Now, before we do head into our last nail-biter of a season, we gotta see if that last season is gonna consist of Tom Grossi and he retires. And this time, he's not changing his mind, which means if MMG accrues just more than 5 points next season, he's gonna be crowned the winner. And MMG's up to an 89 overall, dude, the highest overall out of any any of the YouTubers, so him gaining 5 or more points next season is a very distinct possibility. And shout out to Sketch Dude, what a mean linebacker. On to the finale we go. For me to have any chance to win this thing, dude, I'm probably gonna have to win the Super Bowl. Well, that's definitely not gonna be the case. At least Sketch still has a shot. He's gonna do his absolute best to put me in last place, isn't he? Ooh, the Steelers and Pizza missed the playoffs, which means he missed out on his chance to win this challenge when they blew a 21-0 Super Bowl lead. Now, if MMG and the Lions made the playoffs here, that means he at least tied Tom Grossi, and they came in dead last. Dude, that means MMG had to have a crazy season to surpass Tom. But the crazy storyline all of that sets up is that the Texans and Sketch are the only contestants to make it to this playoffs, so that means he still has a chance to win the whole thing if he can win the Super Bowl. How freaking wild that would be. Yeah, dude, I had a garbage season, so I very well might come in last place. Yeah, dude, no Mickey Mouse points for me this season. We'd like to point out that Pizza had 0 receptions for 2 consecutive regular seasons, and Sketch again led his team in total tackles with 120. He had 4 interceptions too. Our guy's balling out. But definitely not as productive as Kenneth Murray with his 174 total tackles. What about that interception total though? Ooh, not quite enough to get him some Mickey Mouse points. Now for today's title race, the most important thing is how did MMG do this season? He kind of had a stinker. Now he did kick a 57-yard field goal, which could be good for top 5. And in all fairness, technically it is, but he's tied with like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 57 other kickers. I don't think it's fair to give MMG the points here. He definitely wasn't top 5 for field goal percentage. Oh, dude, but he did make the most 20-yard field goals. That is so Mickey Mouse, but dude, that actually is gonna give us a tie. And with those stats, he definitely didn't get Best Kicker award. So unless Sketch wins the Super Bowl here, boys, we have ourselves a freaking tie, which I'm gonna have to come up with a tiebreaker. We're not ending this whole thing in a freaking tie. Now, if Sketch and the Texans win their first playoff game here, that means I finished the challenge in last place, and please tell me they lost. He won! You've got to be freaking kidding me. So in the challenge where I'm a quarterback, I came in last place. But Sketch really doesn't have a chance here, dude, to go all the freaking way and end the challenge here as the biggest Cinderella in my channel's freaking history. They have another home game here against Lamar and the Ravens. So let's see if they can get this bad boy done and punch their ticket into the AFC Conference Championship game. Not a fast start. The Ravens take the lead. Oh no, the Cinderella story might be over. They're holding as tight as they can as 14-0. 14-3, they get points finally. Oh no, it's over, isn't it? They're not going out without a fight. Oh yeah, they are. It's over. It's over. The Ravens knockout Sketch and the Cinderella Texans. So this entire thing has to come down to a tiebreaker. Can't believe I've been sat here for over 3 hours simming YouTubers playing virtual football, and it's still going to come down to a gosh dang tiebreaker. So I've officially forced Thomas to unretire against his will for the 2nd time in 4 seasons. So between Tom and MMG, whoever's team, Tom and the Packers, or MMG and the Lions, finishes the regular season with more wins will be crowned today's champion. Now, the offer still stands. If a YouTuber's team wins the Super Bowl, even though it's the 6th season, they're still crowned champion, which gives Sketch another shot. Unfortunately, I'm out of the race, and so is poor Pizza. But everything we have gone through, unless somebody wins the Super Bowl, everything we have gone through comes down to this. The winner of today's challenge is Tom Grossi and the Packers. It literally came down to one single game. That is wild. So Tom is officially today's winner unless either Sketch and the Texans or MMG and the Lions make it to the Super Bowl here, and they don't. After a long, extensive competition, Tom Grossi is officially crowned the greatest NFL YouTuber, and now I'll let this guy officially retire in peace so he can go back to doing his watch party streams. Now hopefully you enjoyed that ridiculous challenge, and if you did, you can click right here to watch another wild one where I try to build the first ever 20-0 NFL team. Now, if you're still here, if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, that would make me happy, despite coming in last place today.